everybody. This is Janet Adams with Bald Eagles Naturally. Welcome to Season 5. I am so very excited. I'm just giddy with excitement. I'm glad to see that the American Eagle Foundation has got the cams up and that they turned to using YouTube as an optional viewing site. That's great. So without further delay, let's have a look at our beautiful eagles and their wonderful nest. So one of the first things I've noticed is the changes in the nest. And the first is the huge stick or log that has been placed in the nest for, it looks like, support. And then there's a place here that's circled in red where sticks have been removed and cleaned out. And then this variated color of arrows shows some different sticks that have been added. These connecting arrows in different colors show the new material to me that looks like it's been added. Here the nest is panned out, and look at the V branches, the left and the right V branches. You'll notice there's been some nest material taken off of that area. This is the nest from last season in May of 2019. So those are the changes that I've noticed. You can stop the video and go back and look and see if you can find any changes that I didn't see. But let's get on to seeing Mr. President. There he is. So the microphones seem very loud, and it's like you can hear almost every piece of grass that moves. Oh, look at that. Doesn't he look wonderful, Mr. President? We love you so much. There's a lot of background noise, as you can tell. It's almost like you can hear the traffic noise from DC in the background. Okay, coming up, I think you're going to hear an owl in the background, so be quiet. There, did you hear it? Here it is again. I don't know. Sounds like an owl to me, but I may be wrong. Mr. President looked like he's put on a little bit of weight. I know his feathers are kind of ruffled up right now, which makes it look that way, but I kind of notice maybe he's added on some weight this winter. He's still handsome though, isn't he? Oh, and here are some nice close-ups that we're getting of Mr. President, listening to the birds in the Arboretum. And this is a good time to thank the National Arboretum and the American Eagle Foundation for allowing us to view these cams. Oh, there he goes up the left V branch, looking out over his territory. One of the things that I will be looking at as I'm viewing this video are other characteristics of Mr. President and what has changed since last season. For example, they will typically go through a molting period during the spring, summer, and fall. So it could be that he's grown some new feathers, or he may have lost some. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any noticeable changes. I haven't seen any yet, but I've not gotten a real good look at his tail, which we might hear. You'll notice that the sound and the visual are not synced. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. His tail is different, it looks like to me. Do you see the little notch in the center of his tail? I don't think that was there last year. Last season, and the seasons prior, his tail was a little bit more of an oval, kind of a tapered down to a point. So you might want to keep an eye out for this. And it could be that tomorrow his tail looks different. I don't know. But this looks just a bit different than last season. And I'll try and see if I can find a picture so that we can compare the differences. So I found a couple of pictures from 2018 of Mr. President's tail. It's the first one and the second one. Not great pictures, but I think you can tell the tapered look of his tail versus what we see today. And off he goes. And he's back. Along with the First Lady. Look at that. Welcome, TFL. There she is. Let's see if we can get a close-up. Ah, the First Lady. How come your feet are so dirty? She must have been playing in the mud. So on our first day of season 5, we've been graced with both eagles at the nest. The First Lady is perching in her favorite spot at the nest, which is right at the peak of that overhead branch. It appears maybe she has been playing in the mud along with Mr. President. She has a few little muddy spots, it looks like, on her tail. Back down to Mr. President, and there he's going up the left V. No, nope, don't want to go there. And off he goes, and what's going to happen? Oh, TFL's like, nah, Mr. President's gonna get turned around, and that's not gonna work. But it was a good effort. There she is in the bright morning sunlight. It's beautiful. And off she goes. Mr. President just brought in a big stick. A stick with a bunch of little twigs at the end of it, it looks like. But that's our stick man. And he'll find just the right place. And he's up the left V branch, looking around. And over to the overhead branch. Boy, he is so handsome. And off he goes. But he's back. And what a beautiful fly-in that was. And it appears that Mr. President has had some delectable lunch, perhaps. It's about 1:40, it looks like. And he's got his white tie on to celebrate the occasion. For those of you who are new to my channel, the white tie down Mr. President's chest typically appears after he's had a big meal and his crop is full. And he's hopping around to some branches, and he's over on the Cam B branch. And turn around and take a PS. A PS stands for a poop chute. And he's back down to the nest. There's been some time that's expired here. For those of you who are my regular followers, typically I don't do a narration style video, but since this was the first day of season 5 and there seemed to be a lot of activity, I decided that I would do it this way. And there he goes. And there's a good, nice still picture of the white tie. Now, it's now 4 o'clock, and I first thought this was Mr. President, but this is not Mr. President, because number one, the white tie's missing. And I didn't think it was the First Lady either, and I was kind of curious because it just didn't seem like it was either one of them. But there wasn't really a close-up, so I couldn't tell. The tail, you can't see very well again, but watch here because here comes the excitement. Mr. President coming to the nest. The visitor intruder gets startled, and the vocals begin. And here comes, oh, that was brutal. Here it is in slow motion. I don't know who it is that flies off down below. Right there. And here it is from the Cam A position. Yikes. after it was all over, Mr. President hops up to the left V, and there's some victory vocals by the First Lady, who is now sitting atop the overhead branch. And there she goes. And then we have some nice little close-ups of Mr. President. It's 4:47, so the sun is starting to set, and there goes Mr. President. And to close, here's some sunset pictures of our beautiful Arboretum and the DC city lights. These are the featured screenshots. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so excited that the season has started. It started with a little bit of a bang there towards the end. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. Please like and subscribe down below. And if you want to know when I make my next video, if you hit the bell next to the subscribe button, you'll always be notified of when I post my next video. And this is a special announcement. I have started my own website. You can locate me at www.baldeaglesnaturally.com, and I am also on Twitter at naturallybald. Check me out. You might be surprised as to what you find there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.